Very good afternoon, class. So as you all know, we have already started with the third chapter of our secretarial practice. And this is what we have covered up till now. That is, I asked you all, this particular thing comes into existence when it is registered by following the procedures laid down by the Companies Act 2013. So this is none other than formation of a company, and the company comes into existence by business law. It is registering or incorporating a company with the registrar of companies, which gives the company the purpose and its existence. That is वजूद, we say in Hindi. कंपनी का वजूद तब आता है जब आप उसको रजिस्ट्रार के पास लेकर जाके रजिस्टर करवाते हो, and that process of registration or incorporation is called as formation of a company. So as you all know, class, this is nothing but the name of our third chapter which we are studying right now of our secretarial practice, that is formation of a company. Now, as this image shows that it takes a period of 3 stages, that is 9 months, for a human baby to take birth. In the similar manner, the evolution of the company, the stages in the formation of the company consist of 3 important stages, out of which we have finished the very first stage, that is the promotion. Today we'll be focusing on the topic, that is the second part, incorporation of a company. And after that, we'll be focusing on the third stage, that is commencement of business of a company. So as I told you, class, this is our topic for the day. Stage 2, that is the second phase, the incorporation stage. Now, please pay careful attention when we are starting the topic. So let's see the introduction part of the incorporation stage. Now, when I was teaching you all the second chapter, that time I told you all the meaning of incorporation. Do you all remember? Yes, पता है आपको, और अभी just पहली slide जो दिखाई, incorporation का दूसरा meaning उसी पे लिखा था. So incorporation का मतलब होता है nothing but formation of a company. Correct? By registering it. So incorporation का दूसरा नाम क्या है? Registration. Now, depending upon the objectives of the company, that is, company का aim क्या है, objective क्या है, goal क्या है, क्या achieve करना है, क्यों बनी है company, depending upon that, scale of operation, medium scale है, large scale है, कि small scale business है, amount of capital needed, again, very huge capital is required, or small or less amount of capital is required. Depending upon all these conditions, the promoters, that is the main persons who initiate the idea of starting up of the company, decide whether to form a private company or a public company. So ऐसे ही मन में आया तो चालू नहीं करते हैं. There are certain factors which the promoters have to keep in mind, and after seeing that, deciding on that and going through all those topics, then they can decide whether private company form करनी है या public company. So moving forward to the stages of incorporation. Now, if you all have gone through the previous video class, that was the promotion stage. Promotion had 5 stages. Now, second stage, that is incorporation of a company wala jo stage hai, it involves double stages in comparison to promotion. What do you mean by double? 5 ka double? 10. So today we'll be learning only 10 stages which are there in incorporation of a company. So class, please don't get down and ha, hu sound effects mat nikalo. Just focus on the video. 10 stages kahan, kab, kaise nikal jayenge, tumhe pata bhi nahi chalega. So if you concentrate and listen to the video nicely and carefully, I hope you will understand all the stages very nicely. So before I explain you all the stages, quickly we'll have a look at what are the different stages of incorporation of a company. The very first stage is obtaining digital signature certificate. Register the DSC, that is the digital signature certificate, in the name of the director with MCA, that is Ministry of Corporate Affairs. obtain director identification number DIN, apply for reservation of name of the company, finalize the memorandum of association and articles of association. I know अभी तक जो भी पढ़ा गंदा बाउंसर गया, कुछ समझ में नहीं आया क्या चल रहा है. So don't worry, the coming slides will clear all your doubts. Signing, stamping and dating of memorandum of association and articles of association, preparing all the other necessary documents which are required, deciding the address for communication of the company, obtaining the statutory declaration form, and last but not the least, filing application and documents with ROC, that is Registrar of Companies of Incorporation, and obtaining the COI, Certificate of Incorporation. So without wasting much time, class, let's begin with the very first stage of incorporation, yeah, registration. वो है obtaining digital signature certificate. Nowadays, this word have become very common in our lives. Digital, online studies, WhatsApping, social media, everything is being conducted online nowadays just because of the new change which has happened in our lifestyles today, class. You are also listening to this video with the help of a digital medium, correct? So everything nowadays is going digital, that is online. So the very first thing for registering of the company is you have to obtain a digital signature certificate. अब ये होता क्या है? A digital signature certificate is needed for persons authorized to sign the documents for e-filing. So promoters and the proposed first directors need to obtain a DSC by applying to the certified authority. So DSC is nothing but a signature of a person in digital, yeah, electronic form, and it is used to sign on e-documents. Now I'll give you a common example. Actually में company के साथ ऐसा नहीं होता है, but you can understand what I mean by digital. Now आजकल when you order online, many of the courier delivery boys who come, they ask for signing, correct? Nowadays paper पे sign नहीं लेते हैं. In the mobile itself they ask you कि we have delivered the product, please sign, and you sign it electronically, right? Phone पे आप sign कर देते हो, आपका sign वो register हो जाता. That is an example of e-sign, ठीक है? Now आगे चल के whenever if you will give some entrance या online examinations wherein you have to download hall tickets, जैसे कोई government exam आप दे रहे हो, UPSC का या civil service का या bank का, usually it is told for you to scan your photo and scan your signature so that you can upload the image, correct? So that is another example of digital signature. So digital का मतलब क्या है? When you need to sign the documents online, you cannot take a pen and paper and sign, correct? For that you have to upload your sign, and for that purpose you have to make a digital signature certificate that is specially designed for company के लोग, जो directors है, जो board of directors है, जो shareholders है, main owners है, all those people are required to obtain a DSC by applying to the certified authority. इन सब के एक separate agencies होती है, जैसे आपको पैन कार्ड बनाना है या पासपोर्ट बनाना है, you have agencies for that. In the similar manner, if you need to do something related to your company formation या जो भी है, so that you can apply for this particular agency होती है इसकी भी, wherein you can go and apply for a DSC, digital signature certificate. So I hope you all followed. You have to obtain a DSC, that is जो भी online papers होगा, online registration होगा papers का, उस पे promoters का, the first who are the promoters, who are the first directors of the company, उनका sign लगेगा. So for that purpose उनका sign किस form में होना चाहिए? Digital form में. So for that they need to register themselves and get a DSC made. Registering the DSC in the name of the director with MCA. Now the main institution who is responsible for looking all this is called as MCA. The MCA ka full form is Ministry of Corporate Affairs. After obtaining the DSC in the name of the promoter or the director, the DSC has to be registered with the MCA. MCA maintains the details of every director including their DIN, personal details, etc. Now, who's this MCA? पहली बात. Okay, I'll give you another small example. Now, आपका बैंक अकाउंट कमर्शियल बैंक्स में है, मान लो यूनियन बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, इंडियन ओवरसीज बैंक, HDFC, these are all commercial banks जिसमें आपके बैंक अकाउंट्स है. Alright? Now, who's the सेंट्रल बैंक ऑफ इंडिया? भले आपका अकाउंट कमर्शियल बैंक के साथ है, लेकिन कमर्शियल बैंक्स किसको रिपोर्ट करते हैं, किसके पास पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन है इवन आप लोगों के अकाउंट्स की? सेंट्रल बैंक. ही इज द हेड, ही इज द कंट्रोलर. Take another example. In school or colleges, who's the head? The principal. Correct? So whatever information or whatever thing are happening in the college, the student, if they want to complain, they'll go to the teacher. If the teacher is not able to solve the matter, she will tell and take help of the principal. Whatever small activities happening, the principal is being informed. उनको informed रखा जाता है up to date because he or she is the head of the institution. तो उन्हें सब information पता होनी चाहिए. In the similar manner, company से related जो भी legal matters होते हैं, that is all handled by MCA. वो head है in सब online procedures का. So he is the one who has to be informed. So once the director और promoter का DSC बन जाता है, उस DSC को किसके पास अपडेट करना पड़ता है या इंफॉर्मेशन देनी पड़ती है? MCA के पास. So that is what is written. After obtaining the DSC, the promoter or the director, the DSC has to be registered with the MCA because MCA maintains all the details of every director, including their DIN, personal details, etc. So main information कहाँ पे register होती है? MCA के पास, as it is the head. Now you must have heard the word DIN. So this is the third stage, obtain DIN. What is DIN? Director Identification Number. नाम में ही meaning है ना? The proposed first directors of the proposed company who do not have DIN have to apply for DIN in electronic form SPIC small e SPICE 32 at the time of incorporation. A person has to be appointed as a director, must have a DIN, Director Identification Number. होता है ना PIN, PIN डालो बोलते हैं ना, PIN, ATM PIN. What is PIN? Personal Identification Number. वो कार्ड का तुम्हारा सीक्रेट कोड है जो सिर्फ तुम ही ऑपरेट कर सकते हो until and unless it is hacked. Correct? So it is nothing but a unique 8-digit identification number allotted to a person to be appointed as director of a company. जैसे you have your PAN card number, Aadhaar card number, it is unique, repeat नहीं होता है. In the same way, if you are planning to become the director of the company, then you must have a DIN. और DIN नहीं है तो wherein you have to apply for it, एक फॉर्म आता है SPICE, SPIC small e 32. उस टाइम पे you have to apply in electronic form. Online form है तो you have to fill the details. So don't worry about the SPICE. We'll be learning towards the end of this particular topic. So for the time being, just remember every director must have a DIN. If he or she is not having, तो उसको online जाके electronic mode में SPICE 32 नाम का form भरना पड़ता है to get DIN. So it is a 8-digit identification number which is allotted to a person who is appointed as director of the company. So as I told you, MCA is nothing but Ministry of Corporate Affairs. It administers the Companies Act 2013. So I'll give you a small activity after listening to this video, or you can pause the video and you can just Google and read the Wikipedia related to MCA, or at least the introduction of who's MCA, what work does it does. Thoda bahut information you can go through from the Google and see if you want to understand exactly iska kaam hai kya. So Ministry of Corporate Affairs, नाम में meaning है ना, business से related affairs के लिए government ने set up किया गया है एक institute को. वो institute जो भी business related, company related matters है वो handle करती है. That is called as MCA. So I hope 3 stages are clear. धनाधन 3 stage हो गए. तो पहला stage क्या था? DSC obtain करो. Next stage क्या है? Register. जो DSC किया है उसको किसके साथ register करो? MCA के साथ. And obtain DIN, that is Director Identification Number. Once you know who are the directors, उनका DSC बन गया है, उनके पास DIN है, the next step is apply for reservation of name. Now you must be familiar with the word reservation, right? When you are planning to go for a trip or somewhere, you book your tickets priorly, correct? You do the reservation. For example, especially it has to be done when you're planning to go by train, long distance, long route trains, right? तो जो भी एक्सप्रेसेस में अगर आपको टिकट बुक करनी है तो पहले करनी पड़ती है, अदरवाइज वेटिंग में नाम आ जाता है. यू ऑलवेज मेक द रिजर्वेशन फर्स्ट 3 महीना पहले, 4 महीना पहले. यू हैव टू बुक योर टिकट्स प्रायर. सो इन द सेम वे कंपनी का नाम जो आपने डिसाइड किया है, वो नाम का कंफर्मेशन मिलने के लिए यू हैव टू रिजर्व, apply for reservation, correct? Because you are not the only one who is doing the business. आप जैसे काफी लोग लगे हैं लाइन में, तो आपको लाइन में लगना पड़ेगा, बट ये लाइन ऑनलाइन होगी. All right, so getting the logic, the promoters have to get the proposed name of the company approved by the Central Registration Center by filling the form run, reserve unique name, along with the prescribed fees through MCA portal, www.mca.gov.in. Now the Central Registration Center, it is an authority which provides speedy incorporation related services, especially in reservation of proposed name of a company, including the DSC. तो आपने जो नाम सोचा है, हो सकता है वो नाम किसी और ने भी सोचा हो, या ऑलरेडी वो नाम यूज में हो. यूज में होगा तो आपको नहीं मिलेगा. दैट इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज यूनिक नेम. एंड अगर जो नाम आप सिलेक्ट कर रहे हो वो नाम अप्रूव होने के लिए, यू शुड गेट द कॉपीराइट्स के ये नाम मैंने रखा है, मैं यूज कर सकता हूँ. यू हैव टू गेट योर कंपनी रिजर्व. वो नाम को रिजर्वेशन में डालना पड़ेगा. एंड फॉर दैट you have to get the approval of CRC, that is Central Registration Center. And ये कैसे possible है? Again by filling the form run, reserve unique name, along with the prescribed fees. कुछ fees भरना पड़ता है, that you can go and fill in MCA portal, that is www.mca.gov.in. The promoters may suggest more than one name in the order of their preference. After verifying its database, the CRC will give its approval for the proposed name and reserve the name for a period of 20 days from the date of application. Again एक example देती हूँ. आपने जो नाम चूज किया जरूरी नहीं सिस्टम में भी वो नाम हो, है ना? तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आप जीमेल का अकाउंट खोल रहे हो या याहू पे अपना अकाउंट खोल रहे हो, क्रिएटिंग एन ईमेल आईडी, समटाइम्स यू लाइक अ नेम एंड यू पुट इट, बट कंप्यूटर क्या बोलते हैं, द नेम इज नॉट अवेलेबल, प्लीज एड सम एल्स. एंड वो सजेशन देता है ये नाम अवेलेबल है, ये अवेलेबल है. सो इन द सेम मैनर द प्रमोटर्स कैन गिव वन और मोर नेम्स फॉर द कंपनी. उन नामों में से जो सिस्टम में उनके डेटाबेस में अप्रूव होता है, दैट नेम में बी गिवन टू यू. एंड वंस यू आर डन, आपने सिलेक्ट कर दिया तो आपका नाम रिजर्वेशन में चले जाता है फॉर अ पीरियड ऑफ 20 डेज. इसका मतलब है वो नाम आपके अलावा किसी और को नहीं दिया जाएगा. So I hope you all followed the reservation procedure. So for reservation procedure, you have to fill a form run that is available on the website of MCA. And once the suggestion is given as per the database, your name is reserved and entered into reservation का line within a period of 20 days. And वो नाम आपके अलावा और कोई नहीं ले सकता. So once the reservation is also done, आपका नाम अभी reservation line में घुस गया है, so you know कि anyways your company will be formed now. Approval हो चुका है यहाँ तक. So the next important step is now you will finalize both the documents of the company, that is memorandum of association and articles of association. There are two important documents, the memorandum and articles, which have to be submitted along with the application for the incorporation of a company. These documents contain legal and technical information related to what is the objective of the company and what are the regulations that will be followed for operation of a company pursuant to company law. Hence, the promoters take help of professional people like CS, company secretary, legal experts, accountants, etc. to finalize the draft of MO and AOA. In case a proposed public company wants to list itself with one or more stock exchanges, the promoters should send a copy of the same of both the documents to the stock exchanges for their reviews and suggestion. अभी जैसे मैंने आपको बोला था, याद रखना है, मेमोरेंडम इज द बेसिक, द फर्स्ट डॉक्यूमेंट जिसमें एम्स एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ द कंपनी स्पेसिफाइड होते हैं, whereas आर्टिकल्स डील विथ इंटरनली रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस, क्या फॉलो करेगी कंपनी जब वो बन जाएगी. सो बोथ दीज डॉक्यूमेंट्स आर वेरी टेक्निकल, ठीक है, एंड उनके अंदर कंपनी लॉ से रिलेटेड रूल्स रेगुलेशन सब स्पेसिफाइड होने चाहिए. So for that matter, professional advice is required. So who all help the promoters? The company secretary, the legal experts, the accountants, lawyers, etc. So once that is done, then the final documentation of the documents can be done. Apart from that class, if your company is planning to list the shares on the stock exchange, so one copy of the draft has to be sent to that respective stock exchange. चाहे वो BSE हो सकता है या NSE हो सकता है, Bombay Stock Exchange या National Stock Exchange, so that they can also review and see whether your company's shares they can list or not. So by the time आपका नाम reservation line में घुस गया है, you can finalize both the documents. All right. So coming to the next. Registering the DSE in the name of director with MCA. Now what has happened over here is the memorandum of association and articles of association must be signed by each subscriber to the memorandum. Now very sorry class, this is nothing but the second point, so just excuse me, I have not changed the name, a mistake happened. The next stage over here was signing, stamping and dating of memorandum and articles. I repeat it again. Signing, stamping and dating of memorandum of association. So please excuse me related to this particular doubt. So sorry for that. So regarding that, I'm explaining you all, so pay attention. The memorandum and articles must be signed by each subscriber to the memorandum and shall add his name, description, occupation, etc. in the presence of at least one witness who shall attest the signatures and likewise sign and add his name, description, address, occupation, etc. You must have heard this ना, witness का नाम चाहिए जो आपके relatives नहीं हो, मतलब आपके family के नहीं हो, कोई और बंदे witness के तौर पे they can give as a proof. For example, when you go for making passport, you know, they tell कि 2 witnesses minimum are required, but it should not be your relatives, not from your family. कोई बाहर वाला जो आपको जानता हो, आपके बारे में बोल सकता है, ट्रस्ट कर सकते हैं इसके ऊपर, ऐसा. So in the similar manner, the memorandum of association and articles बोलते हैं जितने भी directors के नाम और sign है, that should be done in the presence of at least one witness who shall attest his signatures and give the guarantee, हाँ ये बंदा ऐसा है, अच्छा है, आप इस पे trust कर सकते हैं, whatever, and he can also add his name, description and details in the document. After signing, so signing is done. What did I tell you? Signing, stamping and dating. So after signing, the MOA and AOA needs to be stamped as per the Indian Stamp Act 1899. Legal document है तो थप्पा लगना तो जरूरी है. The stamp duty depends on the authorized share capital of the company and it varies from state to state. Stamp duty, percentage, amount, it all differs from state to state and it depends. अगर 1 करोड़ का तुम्हारा authorized capital है तो उस हिसाब से stamp duty लगेगी. If your authorized capital, the main capital is 10 lakh, तो उस हिसाब से stamp duty लगेगी. जैसे GST 18% लगता है कुछ चीजों पे 8% लगता है. In the similar manner, stamp duty differs from state to state and it depends on the main capital, the authorized share capital of the company. After that, there should be date, कौन से तारीख. Now you all may celebrate your birthdays on a specific day, ना? कोई भी साल कोई भी दिन मन में आया तो बनाते नहीं हो ना बर्थडे, specific date रखी है तुमने. Now you don't know, but your parents, the hospital people have told you all कि हाँ तुम ये तारीख को पैदा हुए थे, तो you all celebrate that day. So in the similar manner, ये लोग का भी जन्म हो रहा है तो birth, उनका भी जन्म दिन होना चाहिए ना. So there should be a date on MA and AOA. It may be stamping date or any other date after stamping. After stamping वाली date you can take any date. या तो वही ले सकते हो या उसके बाद वाली कोई भी चलेगी. Due stamp duty is required to be paid at the time of incorporation. तो अगर कुछ pending stamp duty रह गई है तो that also you can pay during this particular stage. जो आप promotion stage में नहीं दे पाए थे. So I hope you're clear with the sixth point, that is dating, pehla signing, then stamping and dating of memorandum and articles of association. Okay. Moving forward with the next one, preparing all the other necessary documents. तो memorandum और articles were the main documents, लेकिन इसके अलावा भी और बहुत सारे documents लगते हैं. So what are those documents? Let's have a look quickly. Those other necessary documents are divided into three parts. Number one, consent of directors. A list of persons who have agreed to be the first directors along with their written consent should be prepared. The personal details, DIN, proof of identity, interest in other firms, etc. should be included in the list. The required written consent should be in prescribed format as per Companies Act 2013. Apart from mentioning your name and signing in the memorandum and articles, सारे directors से लिखित में in written an application is taken regarding what is their name, what is their DIN, what is the proof of identity, and इस company के अलावा वो और कोई company में काम करने के बारे में सोच रहे हैं या नहीं. All those things are taken in a written format और उसका एक specific format होता है. That is given as per Companies Act 2013. So that is to be taken apart from these two documents. Details of manager, secretary, etc. If the articles of association names a person who will be the manager, secretary, etc., particulars of such persons should also be prepared for filing purposes. If in articles of association it is mentioned that Mr. Amit Shah will be the manager, Mrs. Neelam will be the secretary of the company, ऐसे नाम अगर specified है, so उनका भी details will be required for filing purpose. If it is mentioned, जरूरी नहीं है. Declaration by subscribers to memorandum and first directors. A declaration should be given from each subscriber to the memorandum of association and every person named as first directors in the articles of association that he is not convicted of any offense in connection with promotion, formation or management of any company, and he has not been found guilty of any fraud or dishonesty or breach of any duty to any company during the preceding 5 years. They also have to give an undertaking that all the documents filed with the registrar of companies are correct, complete and true. To give you an example class, हर साल जब आप स्कूल में admission लेते हो, every year you get a new calendar along with your books, correct? In that calendar, you must be finding a declaration form. If not, you can just check your previous 10th standard का calendar because ये साल तो we are not able to meet physically, तो आपको calendars नहीं मिले. But yes, you can go through या याद होगा आपको पिछले साल तक whenever you were in school, you used to submit a declaration form. उसमें आपका date, details, नाम, parents का address, parents का occupation, date of birth, everything was given. And we used to tell you कि fill it properly. कल को अगर आपको कुछ होता है स्कूल में या कॉलेज में तो आपके पेरेंट्स को अगर कांटेक्ट करना है तो वी कैन सी योर डिक्लेरेशन फॉर्म. अगर कुछ डिटेल वेरीफाई करनी है सो वी कैन चेक विद द हेल्प ऑफ दैट. सो इन द सिमिलर मैनर डायरेक्टर्स जो बने हैं और जो शेयर होल्डर्स बनने वाले हैं कंपनी के, दे हैव टू गिव अ डिक्लेरेशन दैट उनके पिछले 5 साल में कोई फ्रॉड का रिकॉर्ड नहीं है, कोई चीटिंग धोखाधड़ी का रिकॉर्ड नहीं है, एंड whatever information they have disclosed, it is all proper. ठीक है, कोई गलत काम नहीं किया है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. प्रीसीडिंग मतलब मान लो if you are registering, you are incorporating a company in 2020, so preceding 5 years is from 2015 से 2020 के बीच में you are clean chit, मतलब you are not involved in any fraud or cheating or dishonesty, crime, nothing. So these are all the other documents which are required apart from memorandum and articles. deciding the address for communication and obtaining the statutory declaration. So let's have a look at this. At the time of incorporation, if the proposed company has not decided about the location of registered office, the promoters have to give an address for communication. Correct? Company चलती फिरती नहीं है ना, कहीं पे भी होगी. There is a proper address. एक office होगा, corporate office एक building में होगा, floor पे होगा. Correct? So regarding that, they have to give a proper address for communication. As per Companies Act 2013, a company is required to have a registered office within 30 days of incorporation. Once you are registered, एक महीने के अंदर you should have your office, a specific place, a proper address wherein the company will be formed and working. Obtaining statutory declaration. So statutory का मतलब समझाया था permitted by law. It should be acceptable in the eyes of the law. An advocate or practicing company secretary, a cost accountant or a chartered accountant who is engaged in the formation of the company, and a person named in the articles of association as director, manager or secretary, stating that all requirements related to incorporation has been complied with. So that means legally आपको एक green signal मिलना चाहिए. तो अभी हमने पीछे देखा ना, as the documents involve legal matters, ठीक है? So you need advice from CS, जिसने CS का कोर्स किया है, cost accountant होना चाहिए, CA होना चाहिए, या कोई भी ऐसा बंदा जिसका articles of association में as a director, manager or secretary नाम हो. So all these people can give you a green signal or support that whatever abhi tak you have submitted are true and correct information. So from them also you need to get a green signal. Last but not the least, very important, finally we have come after making all the documents, jama karke ready rakhne ke baad, you have to file your application and documents with the ROC. ये सब ताम झाम लेके आपको कहाँ पे जाना है? ROC के पास. वो बंदा जो आपके कंपनी को सच में एग्जिस्टेंस में लेकर आएगा. एंड जैसे ही कंपनी आ जाएगी, पैदा हो जाएगी, तो उसका सर्टिफिकेट कौन देगा आपको? ROC. So after all the documents are prepared, the promoters have to submit an application to the registrar of company in the prescribed form, along with all the necessary documents and the prescribed fees for incorporation. After verifying that all the documents and information submitted to it is proper, the registrar will enter the name of the company in the register of company and certifies under his hand that the company is incorporated. Registrar issues the certificate of incorporation in the prescribed form. So once whatever documents you submitted to the registrar, he will check. After checking, when he is confirmed कि हाँ भाई ये सारे documents proper है, आपके कंपनी का नाम वो अपने रजिस्टर में लिखेगा और तब जाके उसके फाइनल सिग्नेचर के साथ आपकी कंपनी क्या आ जाएगी? पैदा हो जाएगी, एग्जिस्ट होना शुरू हो जाएगी. And once this is done, you will be issued COI, Certificate of Incorporation. So here comes a very important topic. What are the contents of Certificate of Incorporation? क्या-क्या चीजें आपको नजर आएंगी Certificate of Incorporation में? So जैसे it is similar to the birth certificate. आपका birth certificate और company का kind of similar होता है. In the birth certificate आपका भी नाम है, तो company का भी नाम होगा, name of the company. Date of issue, आप कब पैदा हुए उस दिन की डेट होगी, आपको कब दिया गया. Maybe it takes some time. तो मान लो आप अगर 21st Feb को पैदा हुए, so within 5 days, 10 days you will get your certificate, तो वो डेट डाली होगी. So same with date of issue. Okay. CIN, very important. ये हम आगे चल के मैं बताऊंगी आपको क्या है ये. अभी के लिए याद रखो corporate identity number. Okay. PAN and TAN of the company, PAN number, TAN number. This also we'll be seeing in the next slide. And signature of the registrar with the date and his seal, because उनका sign बहुत जरूरी है. So what is the importance of certificate of incorporation? Certificate of incorporation is like the birth certificate of the company, as the company comes into existence from the date mentioned in the certificate. The company has now become a legal person distinct from its members. The company becomes a body corporate having perpetual succession, मतलब long lasting चल सकती है from the date of its incorporation, and the company can sue and be sued upon others in its own name. या तो तुम किसी पे केस फाइल कर सकते हो या तुम पे कोई केस फाइल कर सकता है अब से, because now company has come into existence. So giving you all 2 minutes to fatak se see what are the contents, name of the company, the CIN, PAN, TAN, date of issue, and main sign of the registrar with his seal. Okay. So followed, what is the importance of certificate of incorporation and contents of certificate of incorporation. So there's a pro forma given in your textbook. You can have a look over here. This is how the certificate of incorporation looks like. Birth certificate company ka. So as you can see, Government of India MCA ke through CRC, certificate of incorporation. I hereby certify that so and so, यहाँ पे आपके कंपनी का नाम आएगा, is incorporated on, यहाँ पे date, which month, which year, under the Companies Act 2013, and that the company is limited by shares. So this is company limited by shares. The corporate identity number यहाँ पे रहेगा, the permanent account number यहाँ पे, the TAN number, that is tax deduction and collection account number, given under my hand means the registrar, फिर वो date डालेगा, digital signature certificate for and on behalf of Judicial Registrar of Companies, CRC. So this is how the certificate looks like, और ये मिलने के बाद आपका कंपनी at least पैदा हो गई है, existence में आ गई है, so finally it has come into existence. So topic is over, but still there are some more little additional information, so we'll see quickly. If you remember, मैंने आपको बोला था DIN जिस डायरेक्टर्स के पास नहीं है वो ऑनलाइन स्पाइस 32 फॉर्म भर सकते हैं, करेक्ट? So SPICE का full form is Simplified Proforma for Incorporating the Company Electronically. SPIC, small e stands for electronic. So Rule 38 of Companies Incorporation, 4th Amendment Rule has introduced with effect from 2nd October 2016 a simplified integrated process for incorporation of a company. Under this, only one form, that is Form INC 32, that is Incorporation Form 32 SPICE, needs to be submitted at the time of incorporation of a company. SPICE is to be filed for applying for reservation of name of the company, incorporation of a new company, DIN for directors, PAN and TAN for new company. इनमें से आपकी कोई भी दिक्कत हो, जैसे we were studying about incorporating the company, उसके अलावा we studied if directors has to obtain their DIN, अगर company has to obtain the PAN and TAN number या नाम का reservation डालना हो, everything is simplified. उन सब के लिए आपको खाली एक ही फॉर्म भरना है. And what is the name of the form? SPICE, that is SPIC. And this is available at which site? www.mca.gov.in. Ministry of Corporate Affairs पे आपको आराम से मिल जाएगा. So followed, what is the SPICE actually? Okay. So along with the SPICE form, E-Memorandum of Association, E-Articles of Association, and the prescribed fees, and all the other necessary documents for incorporation of the company, everything has to be submitted online, that is electronically. अभी देख लेते हैं PAN और TAN क्या है. PAN, as you know, is permanent account number. It is issued by the Income Tax Department and is the proof of identity of a person who pays tax. It consists of 10-digit alphanumeric code. TAN is nothing but tax deduction and collection account number, is issued by Income Tax Department to all the persons who are responsible for deducting or collecting the tax. Again, it is a 10-digit alphanumeric code. Now, company अगर करोड़ों की है, तो profit भी तो उतना ही कमाएगी. So, if the company makes profit, it has to pay taxes, right? The government. So, for that tax paying and collecting purposes, company is given a specific TAN number as well. So, tax deduction and collection account number बोला जाता है. So, followed what is PAN and TAN. Now finally coming towards CIN, बोला था ना corporate identity number. So what is allotment of CIN? At the time of issuing the certificate of incorporation, the ROC gives CIN to the company, which is the unique identity number. जैसे आप लोगों को individual roll numbers दिए जाते. You all are 11th standard students of St. Anne's, correct? But at the same time, of so and so college, you are given a unique identity number, roll number is given to you. So in the similar manner, the unique identity number is given to each and every company once it is registered. So CIN is a 21-digit alphanumeric code, and it is to be quoted in every form and correspondence that the company uses. So in every form, in every correspondence means letters, whichever the secretary will write, in everything you will be using. जैसे आप exam लिखते हो, we always tell you to mention your division and your roll number. That is what is important, because the names may be similar. Ajay naam ke, Amit naam ke, there will be 100,000 people in this particular world. But how can we make a difference? By knowing the unique number, PAN number pata karo, ya in case of company it is CIN. So it is issued by ROC at the time of incorporation. It indicates whether the company is listed, unlisted, industry code, the state of its location, year of incorporation, ownership, registration number, etc. Air India Limited, famous airline that you know, uska CIN ye hai. Now please don't see and panic. मैं आपको अभी सिखाऊंगी how a CIN is made, how to read and understand. It's really very, very simple. So ध्यान देना. We are studying about Tata Steel Limited's CIN. So this is an example which is given in your text. The first alphabet, जैसे L, in this case, L stands for listed, and अगर U होगा, तो it will be unlisted. So if you remember in second chapter, I had explained your types of company. उसमें listed company था, मतलब those companies whose shares are listed on the stock exchange. So if it is L, it is listed. If it is U, it is unlisted. The next 5 number, that is 27100, is the industry code. वो कौन से industry को belong करती है? In this case, it is steel industry. Okay, वैसा cement industry होगा, manufacturing होगा, then HUF products होगा, consumer products हो सकता है. Whatever industry it is related to, उसका number होगा. That number you can write anything. Then you have MH. MH stands for the state code of that particular state. Next 4 digits are year of incorporation. In which year was it registered? Registrar ने कब उसको register किया था? PLC. PLC means public. PTC is private, and OPC is one-person company. So if your company is public, it will be PLC. If it is private, PTC will be there. And the next 6 digit numbers are your company's registration number. जो ROC ने register किया है आपके company को, उस ROC का company registration number होगा. So I hope you all followed how to understand. So there's a small activity given in your text. You can identify the type of companies over here. So U stands for unlisted, जैसे मैं आपको बता देती हूँ. 74999 is the industry code. TN stands for Tamil Nadu, and this company was registered in the year 2014. It is a one-person company. OPC आया ना? So this is a one-person company. And the next 6 digits are registrar ka company registration number. So in the similar manner, class, I want you all to see for yourselves whether you have followed the second and third type, whether you are able to detect which type of company it is. So by just seeing the CIN number of the company, you can make it out whether it is public, private, or one-person company. So I hope class, I told you all, if you listen to the video, कुछ मिनटों में आराम से टॉपिक निकल जाएगा और आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा. So I hope I was really very clear in explaining all the points. If you have not followed, I request you all to go through the video again. If you can't, break it into 2 halves. पहले 5 points सुन लो. Next 5 points सुन लो. As per your convenience, go through it. But yes, I didn't make the smart code for this one because the order should not be changed. इसी order में आपको follow करना है, and that was about incorporation stage. In the next topic class, we'll be focusing on stage 3, that is third phase, commencement of the business. So अभी अपनी company exist तो हो गई है, legally existence में आ गई है. Now we have to wait and see business कब चालू कर सकते हैं, मतलब उसका functioning हम किस दिन से चालू कर सकते हैं. So this we'll be covering in our next topic. So thank you so much class for listening to me. I stop here for today, and please do subscribe my channel and like the video. And if you feel the video is beneficial, pass on the link to your all other friends as well, and tell them too to subscribe to my channel in order to get more updates, more videos related to the topic. So thank you so much class, very much for listening to me. I stop here for today, and take care and stay safe.